Welcome everybody and welcome to the Morning Coffee. Today, and as permanent co-host, we're gonna be having here the great Army Piper next to me, having a great coffee for the 101 of the charts with Chart Prime. So what's up, Piper? Welcome, and how's it been?
Uh, it's been good, man. I came out to Houston, visited some family and stuff, and then now I'm taking this with some family recreational events over here at Texas Renaissance. So, kind of late night, early morning, but I'm here and I'm ready to jump into these charts and show people, because the indicator suite in the market. And I personally, a little bit of bias here, but I think the best community anywhere around and the best service team anywhere around. So, without any further ado, OC, let's get these guys rocking and let's show them exactly what Chart Prime can do for our new people. And if you guys have been here before, welcome back. We're glad to have you here. So,
Absolutely. Would you like to do the honors and start with your charts?
you can start off with the basic walkthrough of what you do. Hey, this is guys. Just so you're tracking, there's 6 of these classes a week. Wednesday is TA Talk. OC and I sit around and talk about a lot of philosophy, psychology, trading, and then, some technical analysis, tricks, and tips. And then Saturday is the morning coffee where we kind of answer you guys' questions, give a little bit of interaction. Sound and video, good. Perfect. Thanks, Ninja MJ. Little Fish, the audio and video, you got to refresh on your end, brother. That is probably where that's at. And then also Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday are some advanced classes. Your world just got turned upside down. You were like the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air there for a second, OC. All right, so, but yeah, so those 4 classes, and what OC is going to do right now is just go through a quick summary of the basic indicator layout, and then we'll get into a little more advanced strategy setup on how to find confluence. So take it away, OC.
Absolutely. So let's jump to my charts right now and take a look at what we have. So far, we are right here on the main screen. Guys, I know we have a ton of new members, so let's bear with me and let's just walk through how we could be adding the indicators and also where we could be finding them very quick. We're going to be taking a look at that. So first of all, you need to go to your products here. And by the way, just before everything, if you haven't set up your trading account, please do. The way to do it is just to click to your circle here and you'll see your own username here. So remember that on step 3, while pairing your information, you need to click on that and add that number. This is your TradingView username. Remember, your TradingView username should not be an email, should be something like this. All right, so then go into products, super chart. Here we go. And once we're on a super chart, make sure that you are on your correct layout. So, guys, I would like to take a look at what you would like me to analyze. Let me know right here in the chat so I can read you guys and pick and choose a couple of coins. In the meantime, you give me coins to take a look at. Remember, they could be any kind of assets. That could be Forex, that could be crypto, that could be anything. So let me know what you guys would like me to jump in. So let's get started, I believe, with Bitcoin in here. And the first thing I'm going to be doing is just taking a look at what do I have in here, all right? So let me clear this up right here. And then start looking just the charts by themselves, all right? Take a look at also that right here at my top left here, my top left, I have a show icon legend, all right? And as you can see, I have my...
AOC, you might want to drop me off. You might want to drop me off so people can see the part of the chart there, or make me smaller.
All right,
or move me to the top right. You can make me like a four thirds, and then 4:3 ratio, and then move me to the top right there.
All right, let me.
I don't want people to miss out on some of this.
We can be here
shrinking small. That works too. There you go.
Perfect.
Cool. And then you had a couple of people, Common Man Crypto, and Vic Benitez. They both, I guess they had questions, but they requested to speak, but I think they might have a question.
All right, so come on, man. Crypto, what's up? If you have any questions, let me know right here in the chat, and we'll be reading you and answering your questions. But do you have, if you have a puzzle? Yeah, absolutely. We can do that. We can take a look at DBE and then AFS. So let's get started with that. Instead of Bitcoin, let's do EVE. All right, so let's go over here, add a new a new source, and then let's do DEB. Are we talking, is it DV? What is it? Let me know. Is it crypto or is this one? Haven't been able to look at the chart stocks. All right, so is it the stock that we're looking at right now? Let me know. DE. I got it.
DBE, not DEB, not DEB. Yep.
DBE. Sorry.
Yep.
There you go. Thank you. Did I get it right? All right, perfect. Let me just then add it. Go here, click once, and this is very choppy. But so let's get first started by just analyzing with what do we see here. All right, so first of all, I do see a head and shoulders here with a neckline. It's not about the breakout. It's about the retest, and off we go. All right, then we're gonna get started by starting to know whether we are bullish or bearish. So for that, I'm gonna be using my market oracle. So let me save this one and reload it, guys. Lately, TradingView has been under a ton of loads. We're having we're having a sell. TradingView also has been having a sell. So their servers have been crazy overload. So if you have what happened to me right now, like you have a study error here, just reload your chart and see if that fixes. So as you can see, most of the times it's just a reloading issue. There you go. Just giving it a chance for the TradingView servers to have a break, and that will basically fix the issue right there. Let's take a look at whether am I bullish or bearish, all right? The first thing that you want to go over is your market oracle, and you should already have had your tuning set up. If you have not your tuning set up already, just please go over the class recordings here and watch video number 3, all right? I go over exactly the step-by-step on how to set up your tuning, and it doesn't matter whether you are on stocks, crypto, Forex, 1 minute, 10 minutes, 1 week, 1 day, whatever time frame, the process, it's the same, all right? Just to make it really quick, kind of like an update, we need to use the dynamic reactor, all right, in reactor select under market oracle. And then what we're doing, it's going to a very clean and clear uptrend and downtrend zone, all right? And what I want to take a look at is start peering when I break through that high volume zone, which is my dynamic reactor, and have something like a sell or strong signal. And when I move up or break through above, I want to have a buy signal, and so on and so forth, all right? If I see something like this in the middle, like interference, I want to start increasing my tuning number until I stop seeing that interference, or that interference is no longer an issue. Remember, sometimes the interference, it's just there, and we might not be able to get rid of it. So like, for example, in this one, I see that I could do it a little bit better. So let's go over something like 50 and click away. Give it a second for it to load. And once that little eye stops swirling around, let's gonna click OK. And as you can see, I completely got rid out of that interference zone. All right, I did not get rid of this one.
I wanted to also want to point out that you turned off the automatic. If you pull that back up, just so people realize, because a lot of times people will go in and change that number, in the settings, but they won't turn off automatic on there. So you guys see right there, it had, yep, you had to turn off the auto maximizer in order for the number to set have effect on charts. If it's set on automatic, it's going to be whatever that recommended number is there on that one. What will be on every single asset key cat. So
Yeah, perfect. So, guys, can you hear me correctly?
Ben
Maybe
wants to know how high does the tune number go to?
how does the tuning term go to? As high as you can. Like, for example, we can do, I don't know, 500. But when you start getting to the hundreds, like 120, 140, that will be a good indication that you are very...
They're saying the idiot. They're saying they're saying the audio is going in and out, brother.
Yeah, I do hear, I believe that you might be having some connection or bandwidth issue, might be the case, because I do also hear you a little bit choppy when you talk with a delay. But I don't know if that could be the case.
It might be me. It might be me because I'm working on off of a 5G puck here in the middle of a hotel. So
don't worry, guys. Can you hear me correctly? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me correctly, just so you know, so I know that it's only half of the way. Perfect. All right. Perfect. Let's see what else we got there. All right, thumbs up. So yeah, it seems to be just half of the audio there. So, but we got you, buddy. We got you. So what Army Piper was mentioning is crazy important, guys. Why? Because if I turn on my auto maximizer, whatever my optimal tuning is, and look at that, I just clicked here, all right? I'm waiting for this little eye to stop moving, and as you can see, I have a 22. Right here, if I turn auto maximizer, it's going to be grabbing this number and punching it in here, despite this has another thing. So as you can see, let's do 200, all right? And then as you can see, it has no effect despite the little eye will stop moving in a second. Here we go. And as you can see, it has no effect. So very important, crazy important. Make sure you turn off your auto maximizer when you're dealing with a manual tuning. So again, I would like to point that when you're getting to the hundreds here, like 100, 120, something like that, you probably might be pushing a little bit too far. But remember, your measurement at this point will be given by your sell signal when we broke below the dynamic reactor, all right? Or when we finish this downrange ranging, and then also we broke below the dynamic reactor. That's what I want to have either here or here. And how do you control that? You control it by, sorry for that, let me just double click, by reducing or adding your tuning here. As you can see, 50, I think was a little bit overkill. Personally, I would go a little bit lower on that because I believe that that is a little bit, I could have a room from improvement there. In fact, as you can see, this one is a little bit too high, so I could go something like 60. Let's do it. Click OK. And this is only an example, so I'm going to be sticking with 60. Seems very nice to me. I mean, as you can see now, we have a beautiful set of trends. Remember, if I go here and look for what is it saying, my signal, it says trend, all right? So the trend mode is showing trends. So if you don't have a video, Anthony P, just go over my name to your left and click watch stream, or just log out and log back into this call. You should be having the video. Guys, there you go. Thank you for that also. So yeah, this is the 4 hour, just in case you are tracking Common Man Crypto. But this works for any time frame. My suggestion is for you to go over your own best time frame and then start making your adjustment. Usually that adjustments last for whatever cluster of time frames you will be working. Like for example, if I do my fine tuning on 4 hour, it's going to be working for 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, and daily. All right. If you do yours for 15 minutes, it's going to be working for 30 minutes, 1 hour, 12 minutes, and 5 minutes, and something around those ones. So there's no need to keep changing your setting as you start shifting shifting stocks. All right, just bear in mind that when you're doing something like technology stocks, and then you're shifting to something like, I don't know, goods stocks, you might want to change your fine tuning a little bit, because as you may know, those stocks move slightly differently. All right, so as you can see, we have a very nice reaction on that buy and that sell. Actually, in that buy, because we do not enter on the buy signal. For the veteran guys, where do we enter when we have one of those signals? And again, we do not advise just blindly enter on those signals, but we advise to find confluence. All right, so there you go. Look at that. The veterans here coming up. Yeah, we enter on retest. All right, look at that. We have the signal, sell signal, and we do not enter on the signal. We enter on the retest, and off we go. All right, let's make this a little bit bigger here. And we do not enter on the signal. All right, we enter on the retest or pullback. All right, and then off we go. And we could be doing that over and over. It wouldn't always happen, the retest. But as you might remember or recall, this the trampoline. All right, so that's from our buddy there, Jay Bravo. So we're also using that same concept here. We just call it the retest or pullback. But you might also be familiar with that concept called the trampoline. All right, so it's going for that retest, and then off we go. So moving forward, we basically know whether we're bullish or bearish. There's going to be 3 points. First point, current price. Is it above or below dynamic reactor? It's below, all right? So that is bearish. Next point, I'm going to be having a zero line on my oscillator. Is the price, or where's most of the action happening? Is it above or below? In this case, is below. Technically, I am breaking through right now. So there you go. Look at that. Technically, I am breaking through that zero line right now. But as you can see, I'm having a retest or a pullback. If I can manage to flip up, I could be changing the bearishness of this asset and making it for a retest or breakthrough on dynamic reactor. All right. But to finalize, what else am I looking at? What signal do I have? So I have my 3 points of bearishness or confluence, and everything it's bearish. Guys, if you see video, please let me know with video okay, just so we can let Anthony that maybe could be on his end. Video good. Thank you guys so much. Video okay. So Anthony, please check out your maybe reset your or restart your Discord or something. Seems to be on your end. Yeah, so check out that, Anthony. And don't worry, I'm recording this session and we're going to be posting it online. So there's going to be also for you to replay that. Don't worry, we got you, brother. Perfect. All right. So, Piper, what else would you see on this chart that you might be liking to add in here?
Mute. Can you hear me? Is the volume good now? Am I clear? Guys, let me know in the chat if I'm still breaking up. Perfect. All right. I did a couple of changes to my system over here, so I'm using less of my bandwidth. All right, so check it out. Some things that I'm seeing on there is first off, you can see that on the multi-time frame reactor, we've got two bullish in the higher time frame, or two bearish. I mean, in the high time frame is still bullish. If you guys want to know where to turn that on at, you can here. I'm going to take over. I'm taking over, but I'm going to do it on a different chart. So go ahead and share my chart there.
There you go.
Put me in, coach. All right, can you make me a little bit smaller?
That's a large light down here.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you, bro. All right, so to get to that multi-time frame reactor, guys, it's really simple. We're just going to go in here to the right indicator suite. You got this reactor select here, and you can see we've got the dynamic reactor, the volume flex reactor, which are two different types of algorithmic moving averages, proprietary moving averages that we have here at Chart Prime. But you can enable reactor multi-time frame, and that's going to turn on this other dashboard beneath the Prime Score dashboard. When you do that, you're going to see that there is a you can set your times. And so for me, I like to look at daily charts. Someone was talking earlier about starting with the week, going down to the 4 hour. That's called top-down analysis. It's a very, very good method to do. But when I'm looking for my entries and stuff like that, I hone in on that target. You know, it's kind of like looking with binoculars for your target out in the woods. And then as it starts to get closer and closer, you'll eventually pick up the rifle once you hone in on exactly what you're looking for, and you'll get that nice scope shot off on your target. So that is what the top-down analysis really works great for. But when you turn this on, you can get this quick snap reaction here. It's going to be this right here. Oh, I've got the time frame on the 1 hour, got it on the 12 hour, I've got it on the daily. And even though I'm looking at a 4 hour chart on Bitcoin and I can see my dynamic reactor coming in right here, I can also still see if it's beneath the price action or if it was running above the price action on these other time frames, like the 1 hour, the 12 hour, and the daily. What I'm seeing on that chart that OC was looking at is that you had bearish multi-time frame dynamic reactors running on 2 of the earlier time frame, which means that as of right now, there is a small pullback occurring on the lower time frame, but still an overall bullish time frame, higher time frame movement. So that trend being bullish and it being above the dynamic reactor on the later time frame, but the shorter time frame being beneath it, that could tell you that either you're about to get another rejection from it and that higher time frame is going to also turn red, or you could be about set for a reversal, which is why you would want to go top down into those lower time frames, start taking a look at the confluence that you see there on that chart. And you kick it back over to you there. I just wanted to be able to show people where that was at and stuff on the indicator OC.
Absolutely. Let's jump back in here. So, absolutely. In fact, as you can see, just like Piper was mentioning, the weekly is showing out bullish. And look at that. We could see that we are bullish in there. Guys, this is a very nice start to add something like my head and shoulder lines. And if you don't know what those are, I usually go like that. And whenever I have a confirmed rejection, I usually grab that rejection to start placing couple of supports and resistances, and basically looking for a triangular formation. As you can see, this is playing out very nicely. So we have a neckline already, and look at where could we be at. All right, look at my prime score. And by the way, the easy way to know if you are bullish or bearish is just look at your prime score. But guys, veterans, help me out here. Do we buy anywhere when we are bullish? Or where do we buy when we're bullish? What are we looking for when we're bullish to enter for a long? Let me read you guys. I'm reading here.
I know the answer.
Perfect. So above the zero line, yeah, could be. I mean, that is a great and interesting answer because, I mean, you are boiling it down to a flip of the river and then a confirmation on a breakthrough that zero line. So, love it. Perfect there. Yeah, come on, man, crypto, absolutely. Oversold conditions, that could also be, I mean, oversold conditions, basically going at the bottom, all right? So, at retest, perfect, El Toro Loco. Yes, at retest. So, we're having that pullback, and we're going again for that retest.
I have a slightly different but same but different approach to that. I do look for the retest. I start to look for other confluence to tell me the same story, because the more people that tell me the story, and the more the same the story is, the more likely that is the story, right? So I look for more confluence, and then I also look to make sure that there's nothing contrarian taking away value of the story that was being told. So if it's looking very, this indicator says bullish, this indicator says bullish, this indicator says bullish, they're all saying the same entry line, like I've got a horizontal line or a predictive range overlapping right at support of a dynamic reactor, stuff like that, great. But if I look down and I see that RSI primed is very oversold, or very overbought, I mean, and that we're starting to get divergence after divergence printing on the Oscillator Pro, then I may start taking off some of the value of everyone telling the same story. So there's a little contrarian offset balance on the scale that you got to play with sometimes. And then, of course, confluence. But the actual entry, yes, I look for either a retest or confirmation of another bounce. Like, it might not be a retest necessarily, but it might be a continuation of higher lows in the middle of nothing. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. And look at that. If we take a look at exactly what just Piper mentioned, remember this contrary trend line that is going against this one. We have a low. And if we can nail it with a bounce here, we would be also having a higher low. So guys, this is looking like a head and shoulders, which is a bearish pattern. So for me to enter, long, I need to find exactly what Piper mentioned, confluence. And just like Little Fish mentioned, just like Jeff mentions, just like Nightwick mentioned, just like all of you guys mentioned, the confirmation will be key. So the only way for me to enter long will be at the flip of the ribbon, and better yet, at the confirmation on a break of that zero line for a push through that resistance there. All right, so now let's take a look at something also interesting here. And for the Bravo members, it's time for me to pull out the Bravo kit here, all right? So the Bravo kit, remember, what am I looking here? So do I have purple nurple here? Or what color candle do I have? By the way, guys, if you are premium and you should be having the Bravo kit. If you are a lifetimer, you should be having the Bravo Kit Pro. The Bravo Kit Pro will be giving you access to all of this extra information and also to the screener, the Bravo screener. Yep.
Not just premium who signed up under Bravo's link.
Yeah.
You said if you're premium, you should have these. That's not, just like Crown Crew have individual indicators from Eric Crown. So shout out to Eric Crown, by the way. He knocked a dude out in the crypto fights yesterday. Like, straight up knocked him out.
Perfect. All right, so we're not there yet on those accumulations. So remember that in using the Bravo indicator, we're looking for a purple zones in there. So let me turn off the Bravo kit here and also show you that we have a couple of check marks and MP. Those are located right here on the market article. And MP stands for max profits, and then the check mark stands for the take profit check marks, all right? So they are points of confluence that are telling you, hey, buddy, you know what? Time to look at something like your oscillators, support resistances, because the check marks are telling you, you know what? This could be a bouncing or reversal point, all right? This is a good zone where you could be taking some profits, and your MP stands for this could be your maximum profit zone. So as you can see, look at those MP locations. They are perfect, all right? So again, just take a look at when you have one of those signals, take it seriously. So remember, guys, that we say that we need confluence to start taking some trades. All right, let's go to the 4-hour because the weekly looks bullish as long as we are able to bounce out of that dynamic reactor. Where are we going to be bouncing on that dynamic reactor, or where are we going to be entering? Again, this is not financial advice, but when we see flip of the ribbon, look at what has happened in those flip of the ribbon right here. Move up, flip of the ribbon tiny, still move up, flip of the ribbon tiny, still moved up, flip of the ribbon at the bottom, very beautiful movement, flip of the ribbon here, beautiful movement, and so on and so forth. So we're looking for that confirmation, all right? This is a great moment to go to the 4-hour and start seeing for loose of that bearish momentum. Why? Because on daily, which we are right now, daily, it's also bearish, but weekly is bullish. So when we start seeing maybe daily change of history or story, let's take a look at daily, it's when we're going to be starting thinking on jumping bullish. So far, we need to start looking for those end zones, right? So for that, I'm going to be turning on my support and resistance on my market dynamics. I'm going to be clicking this gear icon here, and I'm going to be turning off just for now the momentum flow POC, and I'm going to be also turning off the volume profile, which is the side one. I'm going to be also adding order blocks, and that will be it for my for the time being. All right. So guys, what do I see right here? I see a big order block. All right. What I also see here? Yep.
Yeah, I want to point out to people also that are in here that may be new and they're looking at all these indicators going, oh my God, there's so many things here. What do I put on my chart so I don't have a disaster of chaos on my charts? Check it out, guys. Chart Prime is made for traders. We have a ton of different indicators that have algorithms working, pulling all different types of data, volume, momentum, market, where you start to get a money flow start to cut in, but a lot of selling. Like, that gives a totally different algorithm. Every little bit of data that we collect in TradingView gives us different data to analyze and push out indicators. None of our indicators are designed to be used with all of the other indicators. You can use them however you want to. I mean, but if you're pulling something that reads volume and you're comparing it for confluence with something that reads volume, you're going to end up getting a false negative or a false positive because you're pulling from two of the same sources. Really, what you want to do is try to find something in the Oracle Pro, something in the Dynamics Pro, and something in oscillators that work well together, and then throw some trend lines onto it and some fibs to get those extra levels of support, resistance, and stuff like that. And that's really a way to do it. Don't think that you got to turn on everything. Just like OC, and this is why I wanted to point this out, because he reminded me as he was turning things on and turning things off inside of the indicator suite. It's like a buffet. You're not going to go to the buffet and pick one of everything on the entire grand buffet. You're probably not going to make it all through it. You're going to have too much food on your plate to enjoy it. Just pick and choose what work together, experiment, try things out, and come to all the classes, and you'll find some good strategies, and talk to the people in the community. This is really made to be not overwhelming on your chart and giving you strong signals, strong data, strong confluence, strong analysis tools, so that you can have an easy, simple trading strategy with some easy, simple rules to keep you in line. So I just wanted to point that out.
Awesome. Perfect. Yes. And on that, I also have, guys, for you a pro tip here, all right, which is layer out your indicators. Like at the beginning of the class, I was showing you that I have market oracle here, and then look at that, I have another market oracle, all right? And the same thing happened with market dynamics, and then market dynamics, all right? What is it that? Because in this market oracle pro, I only have the bare bones of my analysis. What is the basics, the thing that I cannot live without, all right? And then in the next market oracle, if I click this one, and you will see that everything is turned off, but prime ranges and prime trend assistance. So at this point, I can very easily go, hey, where's support resistance? I don't know. Let's click it, and I can add it and take a look at it as quick as a flip of a button. All right. So the same thing I do with my market dynamics. Do I want support resistances? Great. Do I want to maybe patterns or order blocks? Great, right? So that takes me also to remember that I had order blocks turned on the other one. So let's turn them off here, all right? So we have only support and resistances. And then if I want order blocks, there you go, magic. If I still want a little bit more clutter, well, then I can add another thing, all right? And keep going until I have something that it's unreadable. So again, guys, just like Piper mentioned, be a little bit organized on your way of trading, because usually the simplest is the best or the easiest to process. So we have a ton of indicators, and they are all worth taking a look at depending on your style. And just like Piper mentioned, you don't need to use them all. Just use the ones that better fit your trading style. All right. So I think it's time to wrap this one up and go find something else in the charts. So what do you think, Piper? Should we start giving just another coins? I think Ava is one of those ones that God also suggested.
Did you see Alex? Did you see?
He's saying sometimes I turn all
He said
because you love the Christmas.
Yeah.
I think that's laughing.
Hey, what's up, Alex O Crypto? If you guys don't know, Alex O Crypto is a content creator, and he's a good friend of the Chart Prime community and a good friend of our show, Piper Academy. By the way, guys, we do a live show every Monday through Friday at 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. OCGuy and I do on the Piper Academy channel. And so there's a lot of stuff on there that you'll see strategies on there all the time too. But for those that were asking about it, we do have the Chart Prime. If you go to YouTube, put in Chart Prime, all one word, we have a ton of videos and strategies and stuff over there. OC, one of our members, Dennis, said, this is all fantastic information, and I'm sure your time is extremely valuable. But since you had such a large amount of new subscribers, maybe we could do like a beginner's layout. So we had started to talk about putting the indicators on, but let's just go through what is in each of the indicators for today. And then Monday, we can go into the basic strategy build.
Perfect. Yes, absolutely. Let's go over the first things first. So I think I'm going to be just wrapping this one up and start from the get-go in the next one so we can cover two assets. So on the 4 hour, let me just do a complete analysis for the premium members, just not to let this one go. So I'm going to turn on this one, and also I'm going to be looking at where my support resistance. So it seems like I'm encased within this zone. So I'm also looking at my consolidation score. Seems like I have high consolidation. So if I know I'm within the range, I could be taking advantage of that range so far. All right. So just so you know, guys, that this is looking like a range. Be careful on that. I will be looking for the range breakthrough as I either break or flip of the ribbon, and that will be my opportunity to start changing off face to bullish in the 4 hour. So let's go to Ave, I believe, and let's get started from there. So let's do Ave. Here we go, and this is it. All right. So let me click here. And let me also remove this. Remember that yesterday we were talking about if we have that rejection, or when we have that rejection, we could be having that spike down somewhere there. It seems like that rejection is taking a little bit forever. All right, so let me get started on how to add stuff. So the first things first, the trend. All right, the trend is your friend. So my suggested indicator, Piper, where you went? Did we lost you? Here we go. Nice, we got you here. All right. Can you hear me? Testing. Oh, don't worry. In the meantime, let's take a look at it. You can also try there's sound there. All right, perfect. Maybe something got mute, but
I'm back.
Perfect. Here we go. Yes, audio is back. All right. So the first thing first is gonna be the trend. All right, the trend is your friend. So my suggestion will be adding market oracle. Let me do a quick overview. First thing is the trend. All right, so signal mode trend, and then when you're a little bit more advanced, I would be suggesting actually trend plus reversal. Trend mode, it's a long-lasting trend. All right. So that is what we're looking for. Look at that, beautiful as we break below, beautiful long-lasting trends. And as we break above, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, and then off we go. Long-lasting trends, all right? And then maybe I could be adding something like reversals, all right, a trend mode plus reversal, because a reversal will be a short-term reaction. So basically, we'll be looking for those reversals to start looking where it's a good point to start jumping within the trend. All right. So next thing on the market article will be my profits. So I just turn them on. All right. Tuning, very important, very, very important. Remember, you need first to set your reactor select and then start rising your numbers starting from your optimal tuning. Turn off your auto maximizer so your tuning start taking action. And as you keep going up, you want to pair the signals going up as we break above and down as we break below. All right. Candle highlights, I like it on trend static, but you can go for no color Japanese default or trend gradient, which is going to be doing something like the Bravo candles will start going to be shifting color as we start changing the trend or going of that trend. Look at that. As we start turning purple, then we go for those reversals. All right, so 1 second here. Sorry for that. All right. In the meantime, seems that we have some connection issues with Piper. He might be being jumping back and forth with us. So the next time we're gonna be looking at is going to be, and let me turn where is it here? It's going to be, I like it on trend static, so I'm going to leave it like that. As you can see, it's just basically black and white or green and red. Then optimal tuning, I'm not going to be using it anymore because I already have my personal tuning, dynamic reactor. And since I'm working on the 4 hour, I want to take a look at what's going to be on the lower time frame and maybe on 2 higher time frames, because usually the higher time frame, it is the one that is going to dictate where are we or where could we be moving forward. All right. So so what I'm going to be doing is adding here 1 hour daily, all right, and weekly here. So that is going to be giving me this dynamic reactor multi-time frame. So without me having to move forward or backwards, I could also start now seeing whether I'm bullish or bearish in higher time frames. All right. So for example, weekly bearish, I need to look for maybe rejection, which this is what we've been talking about. Remember that we have been talking about a possible pullback in here. And then what else am I going to be taking a look at? My dynamic reactor. So far on the basics, that will be it. All right. Because I do have momentum wave and candle structure. If you like to see candle structure or trade on candle structures here, prime ranges, which are like predictive ranges, some ranges that fall along the trend, and prime trend assistant. So if you are curious on how those ones look, this is it. Turn on. These lines, these wavy lines here that goes with the trend are my prime ranges, and this bright green and bright red lines are my prime trend assistants. They give me an early notice when I'm shifting trends right there. What is up? Come on, man, crypto, ready, your brother. So at this point, I'm gonna leave those out, and I'm gonna be adding another side of the story here. All right. So just like Piper mentioned, if you're only looking at volume, you might be having a false, all right? If you're only looking at maybe just price action and not looking at volume or momentum, you might be also having a false or less accuracy. So at this point, I'm going to be adding my oscillator here. If you add your oscillator, a couple of things I'm going to be changing. It's going to be my visibility, my style, sorry. On my style, I'm going to be scrolling down here. And then I'm going to be changing my zero line, all right, to a thicker line, white line, and opacity up. From then, my bullish control line, just going to be changing it to green. My bearish control line, just only going to be changing it to red. And then on the the bullish negative 95 and the bearish positive 95, all right? That's going to be it. And I'm going to be clicking OK. And you're going to be seeing that now you have a white line, a red dotted line, and a green dotted line. When the middle ribbon, which is this fast-moving thing, start going within this little channel. That means we are getting overbought. If the middle ribbon start going down into that lower channel, means that we are getting oversold. All right. Another great way to use this indicator is to look where most of the action is happening. Let me show you something very interesting. So since I broke above that zero line, and since I broke below that zero line, all right. Again, I could take a look at here, and I could take a look at here, all right, and so on and so forth. So the thing here, where is in this box, where is most of the action happening? Is it above or is it below? Where is most of the action happening there, guys? I mean, I understand I have a one single time event there, right? Exactly, there you go. It's happening above. And what is happening to the price action? It's going up, right? Then what's happening in this box since we break here above? In this box in here, all right, in this box, where is most of the action happening? Yes, I have one spike, another spike, but where's most of the action happening? Below? Yeah, there you go. And what do we expect on that price action? Exactly, moving downwards. And here we go. Look at, guys, if you want a little bit more information on how to use these indicators and also a daily extra set of news, go over to the Prime Academy. We are every day there, Monday to Friday, teaching you about the news, the charts, and everything that you need to know to stay up to date in what's happening. And also, we use free indicators along with Chart Prime indicators. So I believe that you're going to love that. And also for tutorials, we are on Chart Prime official YouTube channel there. All right, moving forward. We broke above. Now that we have learned that, we broke above, and seems like we're going for that retrace, all right? Yeah, we have a peak seeker, and let me clear this up. We have a bearish divergence. So let's see what have happened when we have divergences, all right? I have a bearish divergence. What happened to the price action? Fall down. I had a bearish divergence. What happened to the price action? Went down. I had a bearish divergence. What happened to the price action? Went down. Again, bearish divergence, price action went down. Bearish divergence, price action went down. All right? So it seems like a common occurrence here. So what could I be expecting now? Because I have a bearish divergence. Watch their video on TradingView this morning. It was extremely helpful. Okay, great. Exactly, down. So, guys, now do you understand why some people start saying that this feels like cheating? Because now we have a strong feeling that despite we're bullish, we're going for a retrace, all right? So, I'm only going to be entering for a retrace once I see a flip of the ribbon or a break through that zero line back to the bearishness, all right? What else am I going to be looking for the other way around? If I see flip of the ribbon to the upside, like happened here, like happened here, like happened here, well, then I am expecting a little pullback and then a movement to the upside. Why? Because I am now hovering above the zero line, all right? So we already have almost a strategy, a working-based strategy. We have our dynamic reactor, we have our candle color, all right, and we have our oscillator. Let's add one more point of confluence. Do you guys agree with that? So, what could be base? What is one of those first things that you learn on trading? Trends, all right, we got that covered on trend mode, all right. Volume, we got that covered right here on the on the oscillator, all right, and then also support and resistances. So let's go for that. Exactly, the trend is your friend. So for a support resistance, I'm going to be using the Market Dynamics Pro. Let me click that and go over inputs. Again, there is a ton of things. Don't worry, they are very simple. All right. So one of the things I do like are order blocks, but they are not as likable for me as support resistances. So let's just skip order blocks. Let's just skip multi-time frame order blocks. Let's also skip break of structure and change of character. Let's also skip fair value gap. All right. Let's also skip liquidity zones. Let's also skip volume profile and money flow. So why? Because we want to use the bare minimum. All right. So what works the best? Maybe for you, support resistance is not a thing, right? Maybe for you, you're looking for those liquidity zones. All right. So go for it. Click it. But let's just stick to the classics today. All right. So for me, the classics are going to be support and resistances. So I'm going to go for a style because remember, a support and resistance is not only a line, it's actually a zone, all right? So I can go for lines or zones. But at this point, I like it better the classic way, a line, all right? So a line, and then I'm going to be looking at how far back the program is going to be looking for those support resistances, all right? So local mode means the most immediate range to start plotting, I don't know, this support, this resistance, this support, this so on and so forth, all right? If I click the midterm here, I'll be going farther back in time and then finding the new box or new range and then plotting support and resistances all along that way, all right? So this is kind of like a look back zone or period here, all right? So I like to have it balanced. I want the most immediate support resistances. I like a macro perspective of a higher time frame and also a midterm perspective of my current chart, all right? So let's also change this to mid one. Here we go, perfect. And I have chart, which means whatever time frame I am. So if I change to the 1 hour, because it's on chart, it's going to be plotting 1 hour support resistances, all right? If I wanted some fixed, I could set, for example, here 4 hours. And if I go to the 15 minutes, I'm going to be looking at 4 hour support resistances. If I go to the 4 hour, I'm going to be looking at 4 hour support resistances. If I go to weekly, I want to be looking at 4 hour support resistances. Do you see how that reacts? So for me, I want it to change with the time frame that I'm looking at. So I'm going to go for a chart. And then always daily, always there. And then midterm for, again, chart. So I'm going to be clicking OK and turning it on. All right. Might be a little bit too messy. All right. If it's getting too messy, let's take a look at this values here. This is the amount of support and resistances that I can have. If I go for 1 in here and click away, let's wait for that little eye to stop moving on. It's only going to display the most important green or red support or resistance, which is this one. Again, if I go, for example, this one to 10, it's going to be displaying the 10 most important. So I like to have mine between 4 and 6. So let's go for 5. All right. Let's click OK and then zoom in because what I want to see is where are the most immediate support resistances. All right. So one thing that I'm looking at is this big support. Do you guys remember that when we started, we had this kind of like a flippy thing here? That is because look at the dynamic reactor coming in strong. And where do I have the next support? So let's see. Piper, what's up, buddy? Absolutely. As I said earlier, there are tons of strategies you can use. Yes, absolutely. There's an infinite amount of combinations. This is just one of many. Yeah, we're going for the bare bone basics, the classic, something that you can easily relate to it. Do you have chart frame indicators? Oh, do you look like your Discord is not connected to the premium? Oh yeah, go for it and look for that one. If not, do at support. Please help me out to connect my Discord and TradingView, and we're gonna be there helping you to connect your things there. How many candles is the local taking in consideration for the? It varies. Exactly later like that, like at support. So it varies the amount of candles because what is it looking for? Yes, it does have a candle structure, but it's looking for the range that you are in. So let me show you how would that look like. For example, where is the most immediate important range here? I would say this is a good zone where we have fairly good amount of supports, right? And this is a good zone where I have fairly amount of resistance. So for local, this could be my local ranging zone, all right? So how many candles? Whatever candles there are in the most important localized, most immediate ranging zone, all right? If you go to midterm, well, then it's going to go for where is the next important zone? Well, I see another one in here. Therefore, I'm going to be grabbing this and this one, combining them. So whatever amount of candles it's within this box. So does that make sense? Let me know. Perfect. Anytime, brother. So I'm going to start turning on my support resistances. And remember, guys, confluence, guys, that is the name of the game, all right? Why? Because we need to find the confluence of stuff. So what is it happening here? It looks like we're flipping up. So if we flip up, we could be reaching maybe all the way up here. But wait, I have something here, which is a liquidity grabbing zone. So for that, this is where you start turning on your order blocks, all right? What's happening? It seems like my order blocks are not there yet. So I could be having a fairly free space if I move forward. I don't think so quite yet, because remember, it's not about the breakout, it's about the retest. And for a healthy movement to the upside, we are expecting a retest, all right? When am I going to be changing my mind? Again, as I have a complete flip of the ribbon, all right? And then also changing my structure here. But that is for an advanced class. So far, we have a working strategy. And one more thing that I could be adding to these ones, to this support resistance, it's going to be something called a predictive tool, all right? We have two things here, and this is going to be, guys, groundbreaking. We are at the end of the time, but this is worth it. We have reactive and predictive tools, all right? Reactive tools takes whatever the price action or volume has done, like, for example, where are my big supports? Based on this candle structure, I can see that this is a big support. Therefore, based on the past, I know here it's been proven that I have a support. And I know here it's been proven that I have another support, all right? And it's been proven that I have a resistance. Those are reactive signals, all right? Because they are reacting to something that's happened that is known. Then what's going to happen if I say, you know what? Based on the structure, candle size, candle patterns, and statistics of these tools, or what is happening, on this price action, I can start using that statistics and predict the market movement. Those guys are called predictive tools. What's up, Piper? Jump in. Exactly. Right there. You call it out, brother. I saw, brother. So yeah. So, and also we could be adding something. What about some predictive support resistance, right? That could be also huge. Well, where the price could be encasing now in the future to something unknown or uncharted. Maybe you are in all-time highs. How do you know is it going to be breaking? Well, if you follow the Piper Academy show, you see how Army Piper masters the art of the Fibonacci's. But if you want something based, yep, go on. class recordings. There you go, guys. Yep. So where's the settings for the green dot? So those are located inside the Market Dynamics Pro here. And then you go to settings, and those are the triangular patterns. My configuration is medium on triangle, and I use the wrap option. That will give you a breakthrough on any chart patterns that you might be having on triangles. So just to answer that, Jeff. All right, so what about adding possible based on static support and resistance? So we can do that, can't we? Yes, we can. And right here, you'll see that I have turned on Market Dynamics Pro, I have enabled predictive ranges. Let me turn off everything else so you can see it clearly here. I'm going to click OK, waiting for that little eye to stop moving around, and look at those predictive ranges. They're not new. They did generate it far back there, and look at how well they have been reactive. Remember, we're looking for this encasing of the price. Breakthrough, where's going to be the next support? Look at that, encasing of the price. All right, breakthrough, that's fine, encasing of the price. Look at that. All right, breakthrough, where else? What is the support? Breakthrough, what is the support or resistance? You see? Beautiful. So again, it's not about the breakout. Absolutely. Yes. That is May 10, 2022. Holy. So it's mine. Pro tip, guys. Now we're talking about this. When you break the action, the price action breaks the purple line, like 80% of the time, we're gonna hit or cross the next upcoming blue line, and this will be repeating over and over and over. So that's another one. If you see it breaking of what is it, a purple line, most likely regenerate another set. Wherever that set is, we're gonna be going to find the blue line. You see that? So again, this one regenerated, and as soon as we broke the purple, we went to hit the blue. We broke the purple, we went to hit the blue. So that is a pro tip. When you start seeing that we start breaking purple here, we're going to be generating another set of lines. And wherever that blue line is, we could be going to those ones. All right. So that is a pro tip, guys, for you. So yeah, they are. Yeah, so I know it feels like magic. I mean, I do also feel like but guys, this is another tip from down of the bottom of my heart. When you start feeling overconfident, do a plan B. Because guys, we need to acknowledge that we're humans, all right? And at some point we could be having overconfident and we could be start overlooking stuff, all right? So guys, stay safe out there. Remember that the market is a crazy place to be, all right? It is a casino of the big companies. Stay safe. Keep your money safe, all right? And always have a plan B. So, Piper, do you have a chance to jump back in so we can do the outro, maybe? Oh,